Hello there guys, my name is Callum from Eyes Through and Through, and today I am not happy. Um, the reason why I'm not happy is because I am talking to you as a West Ham fan. I am talking to you as somebody who understands things better than other people do. What I'm talking about is, yeah, we lost 5-1 to Arsenal, but that's not what I'm angry about. I'm angry about having done some research, the the sheer arrogance of the chairman and Karen Brady, people slating Bilic and his tactics, and just the signings. The signings in general have been terrible over the summer. But first thing I'm going to talk about is the badge and the club dying. Like, the club is not where it used to be. Nobody in the newer generation will know what it was like to play at the Bowling or to see the Bowling. Me and older West Ham fans know what it was like. Know what it was like to get in amongst the fans, and like the away fans hated coming to the Bowling because it was like we were in their face. It was so tight and compact. It was compressed as a stadium, and we were the 12th man in that stadium. Like the last game with the Bowling, we didn't fucking stop singing, and that was what gave us the 12th man to win that game and give the Bowling a proper send off. But what I'm talking about is the selling of the stadium. It has been terrible. Like ever since we played at London Stadium, we have won 3 games, and we've lost and drawn untiles and untiles of bloody of games. Like we could have smashed fucking I don't know who we played. Don't worry. But we left it late to beat um, Bournemouth. We left it late to beat Sunderland. We fucking played Chelsea off the park when they didn't have their best squad out. And like this their starting squad was like okay, but it weren't the squad for a Premier League game. But the setting of the stadium has made this season even more harder. You can tell this by there are no fight in the players. There are like when you go to London Stadium, like I have been mostly, I have been to quite a few games this season already, and when you're there, there is no atmosphere. You stand up, you try to sing a song, the stewards try and kick you out. They say, "Sit down. You're not following the rules." But then you look over to the away fans. They're standing up, singing, throwing chairs. They're just throwing flares. Like they're doing things that we're not supposed to fucking do, and it's not right. Like when I went to the active stand, okay, I went with my brother, my younger brother, and my sister and my dad, and me and my younger brother, the older younger brother, me and him were in a different part of the stadium, and the part where we were at, we were nowhere near Active Stanley fans, and I could hear their atmosphere from where I was sitting. I was sitting in the east stand, I think. Yeah, it was the east stand, and my dad and my younger brother and sister, they were sitting next to the Active Stanley fans, and you could see them up and jumping and trying to get behind the team, and I will hold my hands up, and that was the best away support we've seen in the London Stadium. But when my dad and we were celebrating the goal, he was told to sit down, and that was fucking wrong. How can we be told to sit down when we just scored a goal and then actually Stanley fans are up cheering, shouting, banging drums, and fucking causing like one of the best atmosphere generated at the London Stadium. Um, like, it's just disgraceful. Like, how can I don't to be honest, I don't think it was Karen Brady who enforced those rules. I think it was the the government or something behind the London Stadium, where they said that we need to get these fans kicked out so we can put them prawn munching sandwich eaters in the fucking corporate end, which is block 114. I think it was. I think it is. That's the corporate end, and they're trying to fucking set them up so they can get them kicked out. But we're West Ham fans. We can't leave the stadium. We can't leave the club. They can. They can fuck off tomorrow for all I care. But we are West Ham fans. We can't leave the club. they're in our DNA, they're in our blood. And what actually angers me about this is David Sullivan, David Gold, and Karen Brady. They're all saying, "Oh, we're West Ham fans. We all fucking know what we're doing." But you don't fucking know what you're doing, do you? Because as you can see, that this like midweek we got slapped by Man United. Mid Last night we got smashed by Arsenal, and Liverpool are next week are here next week. Oh no, we're going to Liverpool next week. We're gonna get fucking pumped like we did tonight or last night, and it's fucking not right. Like, last season we were brilliant against Liverpool. We were brilliant against the big teams, and ever since this season, the London Stadium, the changing of the badge, and there's no fight in the team. I'll talk about that in a second. We have been terrible. Like our best game this season has probably been Chelsea at home, and that wasn't even a Premier League game. That was a bloody EFL Cup game, which we're out of now thanks to Man United. Um, but as I was saying about the fight, last season, the reason why we did well against the big clubs was we got into the faces of the away fans, and we got into the faces of the players, and we fucking run them ragged. Like Arsenal last season at home, we were 2-0 down before half an hour into the game, and then Andy Carroll, we start fighting. We get into the faces of the away of Arsenal, and we come back 3-2, Andy Carroll hat trick, and then we fucking lose it in the last couple of minutes due to a Koscielny goal. That okay, I can take a Koscielny goal at the last minutes of the game where we should have been winning, but that we had that fight last season, and this season like the stadium is much bigger. It's too big for West Ham. Like when I first went there, I was like, wow, this is going to be a big move for West Ham. Every West Ham fan thought that this is going to be a massive move for West Ham. Like everyone like this is going to be probably the best move in history of bloody West Ham. But it wasn't, and like the fighting inside the stadium, I think that's plastic fans. Like I'll witness some of the fights, and you could obviously hear that the anger from West Ham fan to a fake West Ham fan. Like I know West Ham fans who've got season. I know non-West Ham fans who've got season tickets, and it pains me to see them saying, I go to West Ham games, but I can't even get into a West Ham game myself. Like I've got commitments at home. I've got commitments like just. Like, my personal business, and they're sitting there saying, "Oh, we've got season tickets at West Ham," and I'm not fucking there. I'm West Ham fan. I'm West Ham till I die. That is me, and they're like Man United fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Crystal Palace fans going to a game where they're not even supporting them, and they don't even go to all the games. Like I know one West Ham fan. I know one non-West Ham fan where he's been to one game with his season ticket, and that is it. Why would you pay 100 and something pounds to go and watch West Ham if you're not even watching them? It's a waste of money, and that season ticket can be given to someone like me or someone who's less fortunate to go to games, like someone who's put up north and they can't get to West Ham games, and then like, well probably not up north, but like someone who's like who can't get to West Ham games because they can't afford it, and then give them a season ticket, and then we as a club can come together as a full West Ham family, like we are. Like, I know and love. Like the Boleyn was my is easily my favourite stadium in the Premier League, and that's not because of it's West Ham's old stadium. It's because the Boleyn had the best atmosphere in the Premier League last season. You could tell that watching Arsenal. Arsenal was so silent last season in terms of atmosphere. Tottenham, okay, they were second in the league for most of the season, but then it came third in a two-legged horse race. That is just terrible. And their atmosphere was terrible when we played them at home, and I was at the game, and I was sitting right next to them, and they were terrible. We had to start singing to get them to have any kind of reaction. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is Slaven Bilic. So, Slaven Bilic for me should not get blamed for this. Tactics-wise, he is questionable at times. Like when we could have beat Tottenham 2-1, and he brought on Nordveit for Payet. At any point in the game, you don't bring Payet off. Even if he's tired, if he's like walking, he can still create something. He is one of them players who will play shit for 8 or 9 minutes, then at 1 minute he will do something with football. And I do feel sorry for Slaven because Slaven's been treated poorly by the club. Like he probably went in with a list and said, "I want these players." Lacazette, um, and I can't remember the other player went to sign, but Lacazette. Then the Golds and the chairman, they gave Bilic their list and said, "We're gonna sign Zaza, we're gonna sign Fernandez, we're gonna sign Faguli," and them signings were terrible. Like Faguli was on a free, Fernandez was on a free I believe, and Zaza he's on loan. Yeah, I'd rather have Eden Valencia back than Zaza at the moment. I hate Valencia. I really hate Valencia. But we can't do anything. Zaza can't see a mile wide wall if he's running at it. And it's as you can see by the shot against Man United on midweek, where um, where he literally tried to side foot it into the goal, but it went out for a throw in. That is just like how can we sign? How can West Ham, for having a brilliant season last season, be going into another season without a striker, a right back, and proper coverage for a centre back? Ogbonna is terrible. Like, as we saw yesterday, he gave the ball away so many times. His fault was he is he is at fault for the three Sanchez goals. The defending was terrible. He passed it into Gabriel, I think it was. Then Gabriel just passed it on to it rebounded off Gabriel's leg. And Sanchez just ran. He was on his feet, and I can't take anything away from Sanchez. He is world class. He played for Barcelona. He had his chance, but he is world class. He can go back to Barcelona tomorrow and make them win the La Liga. But Ogbonna this season has been terrible. Okay, last season he scored one of the most important goals of the season, getting us into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. But that means nothing now. Ogbonna he can't defend for his life. And Reed, I feel sorry for Reed because Reed is a leader. I know Reed is not captain, but he knows what to do. Like yesterday, he was put on fire. He was trying to stop everything. Then Ogbonna, I feel sorry for Collins because Collins is also a leader. He's a fighter, but he got injured with a calf and hamstring injury. That puts him out to at least February, March, and that's just like we've got no centre back. So I think we should recall Reece Burke. Reece Burke is a youngster. Oxford should be coming back soon, and give them two starts. They're youngsters who want to fight for their place in the team. So what Randolph did to Adrian. Adrian was poor at the start of the season, and then Randolph came in and made brilliant saves, and that's what won him the place in number one. Like Adrian is our cup keeper now. Even if he plays against Rochdale in the FA Cup, like he's still a number two keeper. Like Randolph is now our number one. Like, as you can see for the past couple of games, Man United Premier League game, he was our number. He was starting keeper yesterday or last night. Randolph was our starting keeper, and that's what I like to see. That Randolph deserves his place. So Antonio fully deserves his place, but he's not earning it at the moment. Midweek against Man United, he was terrible. Like, he was giving the balls away, but much worse than Payet, and Payet caused 2 goals for them, and that for me is worse than bloody Antonio. Well, Antonio's worse than Payet, but just the sheer arrogance of the players like Fernandez. I'm not going to go into that yet. I'm going to go into that next, but Slaven Bilic, he shouldn't be sacked. Who are we going to bring in for Bilic? Who's going to want to join a Premier League, a relegation-threatened side with players like Zaza, Fernandez, Faguli, Ayew as well, and they're not going to want to join West Ham to try and get them out of relegation. And I think Bilic is a brilliant manager. No one can state him for what he did last season. And last season he was the manager in the league, unless it's Claudio Ranieri. And both managers are doing poorly at the moment. But Leicester do have the Champions League to fall on. But West Ham don't have European football. We don't have the experience that Leicester has, Arsenal, Man City, and Man United. We don't have the experience, and we need to grab the ball by the horns and just go for the Premier League full pelt. When every player's back, I think we could be unstoppable. Like Payet, we can have Saka up front or Andy Carroll up front, depends on the team we're playing. We can have Antonio on the right wing. We can have Boy Ayo on the right. We don't need. We also just go a little off topic. The tactics need to change definitely. We need we need to get out with a 3-5-2 formation. We need to go for the 4-4-2 flat, even though we haven't got a right back or we haven't got a proper or proper centre mid. Or so, yeah, we can put Payet on the left wing. We can go Antonio on the right. We can have two holding mids being Kouyaté and Noble or Obiang, and then we can have centre backs in Reed and Collins. Left back Cresswell. The two up front could be Saka and Carroll. Brilliant. That team could win us games. And Randolph in goal. That could win us games. That could put us top 7. And that's what we did last season. Top 7. We had that pretty much that same team toward the back end of the season. We were still beating getting draws and stuff like that against teams like Arsenal. And Man City. We need that type of team. And we haven't got that team at the moment at the moment because Antonio's going back for Liverpool. Cresswell's coming back for Liverpool. But Kouyaté's coming back for Liverpool, hopefully. We can beat Liverpool. If we play our absolute best, we can smash Liverpool. And after that we've got Burnley, Hull, Swansea, Leicester. And they are 4 winnable games. Leicester's been terrible this season in the Premier League. Burnley and Hull are just newly promoted sides. We should be smashing them at least 2-3-0. And then Swansea. Swansea is winnable, but they've got fighters that we need. They've got. I forgot who they got, but they have fighters. We don't. All we have at the moment. Noble's not even looking into it. Noble's just looking as if he's a grandpa on. I don't know. He's so slow. I think his time has come. He needs to be dropped. Put a fresher, younger legs onto the pitch. Bring Noble on. Say if we're trading 2-0, he could come on and absolutely drive the team forward. So, next thing I'm talking about is the signings. So, the reason why I put Zaza big is because Zaza's terrible. But I'm going to go from left to right. Torre, where's he been? He's been running around like a grandpa. He can't even put 2 foot in front of each other. He can't do nothing. And I was actually happy when we signed Torre because I knew what he was like for Besiktas. But he can't do shit for West Ham. He can't take the place of Antonio. He can't take the place of Payet. He can't even take the place of Faguli. He can't even take the place of Samuelson. And Samuelson's only 21, 22. And he can't take the place. And Gökhan Torre, who's 28, 29, can't take the place of a 21, 22 year old. What does that say about Gökhan Torre? He is shit. Sorry. Nordveit. Nordveit, when he first came in, he was okay. He was holding the ball up okay. But then Kouyaté, Obiang, Noble came back into the team, and he was dropped instantly. I think one game he was brilliant in, and then Kouyaté came in or Obiang came in for him straight away, and he was absolutely. I think especially against Spurs, he was terrible. Jay Brand from Hammer and Talk, he put on Twitter, Nordveit on don't give away penalty. Next minute, penalty given away by Nordveit. Well done, Nordveit. You actually, he regained his space in the team. Fuck did he? Caleri's absolutely terrible. He was supposed to be the next Messi. He was supposed to be the next Carlos Tevez West Ham. He as Dom said on fan camp or West Ham Fan TV, he is a white card on goal. He could not finish his dinner. He couldn't even finish a bloody 1 minute race. He is that bad, and it don't actually help that he looks like a pedo. I'm not even. That's not look. I know it's a blurry picture, but look at his face. He don't know what to think. And then we go on to Fernandes. Now Fernandes, if no one actually read into this, he did say on a Portuguese newspaper that he's looking at who he's going to play for next. Fucking play for your current team, you little shit. You need to start playing for West Ham. Okay, he had one good game, and that was against Chelsea. But that's only one good game. He hasn't been decent. He hasn't been performing since then. And I think his ego is far too high for West Ham. Like, he needs to start performing for West Ham. We need to see players like Fernandez, like Nordveit, like Faguli, who can come in and fucking like Fernandez can make a difference. He could be our right back. He could be our attacking mid after I don't know if Lanzini's injured or when what's his name? Fletcher's injured. Fletcher has been amazing. Like the signings that have been good so far this season in the summer have been Lanzini and Fletcher. Fletcher and Lanzini have probably been our two best players in the recent games. Fletcher only got his first goal against Man United, the team where he joined from midweek, and he's been brilliant against Man City when he started. He was absolutely brilliant. Manchester United midweek, he was absolutely brilliant. And Arsenal yesterday, he did not put a foot wrong. Like he was running forward. He was so isolated. There's no one 50 feet in front of him or 50 yards in front of him who can or side him. He can't do anything. We can't be relying on a 21, 22-year-old striker who don't have any Premier League experience. But we're giving him that chance, and he's taking it he's taking the ball by the horns, and he's taking that chance to the. He's given Saka a run for his money. He's given Carroll a run for his money. But Fernandez, like, come on, like, we're paying these players wages, apart from Kaleri. I think it's gone back to Boca Juniors, but Fernandez, Nordveit, Cocantore, Arbeloa, Faguli, and Zaza. We are paying for your wages. You better fucking perform. Going on to Arbeloa, yesterday he was exposed more times than Jimmy Savile, and that's not even fun. That's not even like a lie. He was run ragged. He is 34 years old, he's the ex Champions League winner. He's won. I think he's actually won the World Cup as well, and he's been called training code from his supporters of his. He's been called training code. He stands there, does nothing, and lets people run around him and dribble around him like he's nothing. And yesterday he was found out by Monreal, I think it was, and Sanchez. And Arbeloa yesterday was going into the middle, being snuggled up with Reed when we needed right back to cover for Collins. Collins came off yesterday, as I said, with a hamstring and calf injury, and that would put him out to at least February-March. And then you've got Arbeloa, who's an experienced right back who's played against the best players in the world. He can't even play against a decent Sanchez and a mediocre Monreal. Them two yesterday, they were playing like Zidane and Ronaldo when they were both playing for Real Madrid, and that's not even funny. Like, we're West Ham. We're supposed to be fighting for games like this, and then we can't even put Arbeloa, an experienced right back, into the deep end of the things, and he can't even perform. That is just terrible. Then we've got Faguli. Okay, Faguli has had one good game, and that's against Domjale, where he scored. But since then, he's been injured. He's been playing for internationals, and he can't do shit. Like, he's supposed to be. I was excited because I knew what Faguli was like, because I do watch La Liga sometimes. And Faguli was absolutely brilliant last season for Valencia. But then he comes to West Ham, does jack fucking shit. Like, all these players on the screen now, they have done jack shit for West Ham. Zaza, oh my god. Zaza, what is he doing? He can't. How can he be a football player? Like, he's on loan. I think his loan has been extended to the end of the season. But Zaza, please, just fucking go back to fucking Italy, Torino, whatever. Like, just go back. We don't need you here. We've got Saka, Fletcher. We've got Carroll coming back. Just go away, please. And also out of that list, I forgot to put Ayew in that as well. Ayew, he's got injured on the opening day of the Premier League, and in 35 minutes into his debut, and he fucked up, and he cost us that I would say he cost us that game. But so far this season, okay, he's had clear cut chances, but he's not converting them. He's not he's not one of them players. Okay, he was okay for Swansea last season, but the only reason why we brought Andre Ayew in was to tempt his brother Jordan Ayew to come into the team, and we actually need a striker like Jordan Ayew who can fight for games, who can score goals, a proven goal scorer, and also on the side of strikers, we can actually sign Jermaine Defoe. Like Jermaine Defoe was absolute. Even though he is old, he can still play football as we saw against what was it? Who were they playing? Sunderland. I forgot who they were playing, but I think it was Bournemouth. No, Bournemouth played today. Um, but he scored. He scored, and he looks fit. Even though he was panting for air, like yeah, but. Next thing I want to talk about is these 3 months. Yeah, I'm just gonna go left to right and just say what I think of it. So David Gold, he came out couple of I think it was towards the end of last season. It says I was born and raised across the road from the bowling. I am a West Ham fan, but I don't fucking look like David Gold because um, you're supposed to be giving Billich money to go sign beautiful players like Lacazette, or we could even sign James Rodriguez from Real Madrid. Sorry. But David Gold, like, you come out and said we're gonna spend 25 to 30 million pound on a striker, and we got Zaza. What did that tell you about David Gold's scouting abilities? Like, I just imagine Simon Billich going into the office and saying, I've got a list here. Have a look at this list." And then David Gold going, "Nah, here's our list." And Billy's list had Lacazette on it and James Rodriguez on it. And then and then sorry. and then and then David Gold gave him back a list with Kaleri, Zaza, Faguli, Ayew, Fernandez on it. And then we go out and buy the players, and it all been terrible. Karen Brady, I've actually met Karen Brady. Like, she is a bitch. Like, I don't even care because I was filming stuff with I was filming some things with the West Ham Way and West Ham Fan TV, and she came in, and we were filming a discussion in a cafe, and she came in. It was before the stadium opened for the first game, and she came in, and we said, Karen Brady, do you want to come in and like say a few words? She was like, no, being the snobby little bitch that she is, and going off to do some things. And then she told security, and then sorry, as I was saying, she came in and reported to security that we were filming without permission, and we got kicked out of the cafe because of her, and I absolutely hate her for this. And there was actually a tweet put out by David Gold saying that some company was going to buy West Ham for £1 billion, and then he refused. And then it said also in the tweet that the same company wanted to buy West Ham for £35.50 with Karen Brady. And he said, "I'm sold." What the fuck are you doing? Like, Karen Brady, she looks like a fucking slut, but she is a whore. But oh, and then David Sullivan, man, like, where can it go wrong? How can it go wrong? David Sullivan, his son's David Jack Sullivan. I think David Sullivan put out a tweet with Batshuayi on the back of his Batshuayi on the back of his shirt, and I actually thought we were going to sign a Batshuayi, which we should have done. Although he went to Chelsea to play on the bench, we got Zaza and Kaleri. That makes no sense to me. But then David Sullivan, David Sullivan's son, also put out Lacazette's name and teasing that we're gonna get a marquee signing. That marquee signing turned out to be Arbeloa. Piss off, man. I'm pissed off as a West Ham fan. See these three still in chairman roles, and they're not giving two shits about West Ham. They're doing it for the money. I'm telling it now. when they came into West Ham in 2000 and I was gonna say 2007, I think it was. They saw the ambitions for the club, and they saw the pound notes rolling in, and they saw the notes rolling in, and like these three, they earn it for the money. They could leave tomorrow with a hefty paycheck of, I think it's rumours about 53 million each. What the fuck? Like, that money could have been better spent trying to get Lacazette or even bloody Ronaldo. Like, just someone massive. And then these three are in it for the money. You can tell that they're in it for the money. When David Gold and David Sullivan were in Birmingham, I think it was. They left Birmingham to come to West Ham because they saw the ambition of moving into the Olympic Stadium to get money. And I know this because they've done things. I like this can be supported by the fact that we do things on the cheap, and you can tell that by Olympic Stadium. We said that David Gold and David Sullivan both said that we own the stadium. Then it comes out a month later that we rented the stadium. That's a changing point for us as a team this season. But also the fact that they come in, they buy players on the street like freebies, and Andre Ayew was a waste of money. 20.5 million for a bunch of shit, basically. Like freebie, I think really has been a massive gamble. Like last season, even from last season, when he bought in Lanzini on a loan, yeah, I get why he bought him on a loan, but he bought Payet on a 10.25 million deal, and that is a bloody massive gamble on a player that we didn't even know about. Like not even the goals knew about him, or Davis knew about him. Sorry about that, guys. And okay, Payet paid off, yeah. Lanzini's paid off, but the percentage you made in the summer have been terrible. Guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I'm just going to switch it back to this. And I'm just going to say, guys, that has been my run. I think this has been on for about 25 minutes. And, you know, we need to sort out with the club. We need to be on it like we was last season. We just need to fucking knuckle down in January, sign some brilliant players, and get results against I don't expect anything from Liverpool, but we need to get results against Burnley, Hull, Swansea and Leicester. If we don't, we're relegated. I can see us getting relegated. Bennett getting sacked. I don't know why, but I don't want Bennett sacked personally. Alright guys, thank you for your time. I appreciate if you give us a like and subscribe, and share this with anyone you know who think that I'm giving you facts right now in this video, and all you can do is just share it and just watch and just give it a good time on YouTube. Thank you guys. I appreciate that you spent 20-25 minutes watching this video. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Videos will be back to normal in about 2 weeks time, because I'll probably be like putting little videos out here and there. But in 2 weeks time, after during the Christmas period and after my mock exams, videos will be going out every week, hopefully, up until my GCSEs, where I got to knuckle down hard. But guys, speak to that. Have a good Sunday. Have a good week, and also the FA Cup draws tomorrow. Just let you know, we're born number 42, and yeah, guys, have a good day. Like, subscribe, share my shit. Have a good day. Peace.